Let's play ball in Akron for the final time in this 6-game set. We take on the RubberDucks in the Sunday matinee 2:05 start time at Canal Park in Akron, Ohio. I'm Emily Messina on the air live from First Energy Stadium in Reading, Pennsylvania. Thank you all so much for joining me. This series has been a lot of fun, but looking forward to getting the guys back at the ballpark as they take on 6 games against the Richmond Flying Squirrels. That's the Giants affiliate at First Energy Stadium from May 25th through the 30th. And things are getting underway at Canal Park as Juan Hillman takes the mound for the second time this series to face off against James MacArthur, which is their second matchup in this series. You don't see that too often. And the Fightins heading up to bat to face off against Hillman. It's going to be Brito, Tatum, Vierling, and Matera, followed by Guthrie, Gamboa, Miller, Stokes, and finally Hearn. This is the first time that we don't see Archimedes Gamboa as the leadoff hitter while he's in the lineup. Brito, after playing in the leadoff spot yesterday while Gamboa had the day off, he finds himself back at that spot once again. So we'll see how that goes for the Fightin' Phils this afternoon. The RubberDucks out in their royal blue jerseys, playing with the yellow Akron logo across the front, blue hats, and Fightin's back in their road grays with the red and blue cap. Sunny day in Akron, Ohio. 85 degrees, partly cloudy. It's hot here in Reading, almost 90s. 11 miles per hour, wind blowing left to right at Canal Park. And the first pitch coming in at 2:06. It's a chopper off the bat of Brito, and it rolls foul. Hillman looks like he has some fresh cleats on the mound. They're crisp white with a tinted brown top. Brito chopping it up to the second baseman. Furman onto first, and there's one away in the top of the first. Out in the field for the RubberDucks, left to right, Benson, Palacios, and Brooks in the outfield. Gonzalez, that's Marcos Gonzalez, Freeman, Furman, and Roulette across the diamond left to right, and then Mike Rivera behind the plate today. Hillman deals to Tatum. It's inside for a ball. The umpires today over at third base, Louis Krupa at first, Ben Phillips, and the crew chief behind the plate is Thomas Fornarola. As Tatum cuts and misses, count moves to 1-1. Now it's the same umpires for the entire 6-game set. They rotate through, so each umpire sees a position twice, and then there'll be a new crew when they return to First Energy Stadium. And the same thing will happen there. Here's the 2-1 now to Tatum. Swing and a miss, makes it 2-2. And talking about Colby Fitch behind the plate yesterday with that one-leg kick out, you see Mike Rivera doing that as well. He's been a catching prospect long in the Indian system for quite a bit, as Tatum takes one inside, and the count is now full. I said yesterday how Mike Rivera and Dalton Guthrie have been teammates for a long time as well. So I'm sure they're excited to see each other. And here's the full count pitch. It's low for a ball, and the Fightins have their first runner on base here in the top of the first with just one out. Hopefully they can strike first. And the guy you want up at the plate now, Matt Vierling, the only Fightins player batting in the 300s with a 300 exact batting average. 15 hits this season, 10 RBIs, and 4 home runs, which we saw earlier, him adding another one on earlier in this series. Hillman setting up, he'll go home, raises the outside corner and gets a called strike from Fornarola. Tatum on first after being walked. And Hillman, a lefty, has good vantage point of first base, but really not paying too much attention to Tatum, looking home, getting the sign from Rivera, and now he'll go over to first for the pickoff attempt, but sliding back easily is Tatum. We have seen a lot of stolen bases so far this series. I would say more so than in the past two. And we'll see if Hillman goes home this time. Nope, he'll go back to first. Fightons were able to steal 2 bags. The last time these two pitchers met, though, none of them were off Hillman. Although Josh Stephen was picked off and caught stealing. So that is why Hillman now paying close attention. Instead he'll go home, it'll be outside. Rivera popping up and able to snag the ball. Looks like a nice crowd in Akron. Beautiful day, though. Can see the wind blowing some of these guys' jerseys. Not sure how that will affect the game. It is a great day for baseball, and can't wait for baseball back at First Energy Stadium. Here's the 1-1. It's a ground ball. Is it going to get through the gap? It is. Is it foul? Is it fair? It looks like it's fair. Rounding third, coming home is Tatum on the run. He slides. Here's the throw. Did he get him? He got him. All the way from left field, Benson to Rivera, and they were able to swipe Tatum coming home. Great piece of hitting there by Vierling as he just drived it right on the fair side of third base. There was a cutoff man there as the throw went to Gonzalez between Benson and Rivera, and they were able to get the out at home. So tough going for the Fightin' Phils. Now there is a runner on, but 2 outs now for Nick Matera, the cleanup hitter in today's lineup. Vierling on second, able to make it over there with the throw coming home. Probably, we'll see if they record that. They do record that a double, so that's his 5th of the day as Matera drives one deep into center field, but camping under it is Palacios, and he's able to make the final out of the first inning. So while the Fightins do have some action, they're unable to get anything across, but a good way to start out the game. We're going to take a short break as we head into the bottom of the first.
The Reading Fightin' Phils Birthday Party Package is the best way to celebrate a birthday. Whether you are a youngster or an adult, there is no better birthday than a Fightins birthday. The Fightins Fan Birthday Package is customizable for fans of any age and starts at just $120. Base packages include 10 general admission tickets to a Fightins home game, an autographed baseball, and a VIP reserved parking spot. Fans can also add a wide variety of experiences and options to make sure your favorite Fightins fan's birthday is a grand slam.
Customers Bank is a proud continued partner of the United Way of Berks County and the Ready, Set, Read initiative. Ready, Set, Read programs focus on improving literacy skills for children from birth through 3rd grade. The Fundamentals of Reading are a community-wide initiative that bring together schools, businesses, organizations, and individuals throughout our area to improve early grade reading success. Customers Bank and the United Way of Berks County are committed to reading success and urge you and your business to support this worthwhile initiative. For more information on Ready, Set, Read and how you can become involved, please visit readysetreadberks.org. And thank you, Customers Bank, for your continued support.
interesting between inning content here from the Akron RubberDucks. Looks to be a Jurassic Park theme day at Canal Park. Interesting themes they've had so far. Yesterday was a Goonies night. They've had some post-game fireworks, which the Fightin' Phils will have themselves. And heading out to the mound is going to be James MacArthur. MacArthur had a solid start against the RubberDucks on the 18th, where he went 4 strong, just 1 hit, 1 earned run, 1 walk, and 3 strikeouts as he sends 2 balls down to Furman. MacArthur has had the longest start and longest relief innings for the Fightins, 4 innings of each, as Furman now showed signs of bunt, pulls back, but it's a called strike behind the plate. And Furman lifts one, but right into the glove of shortstop Gamboa. Barely has to take a step back, and he's got the ball on the outfield grass edge. So 1 away now is a soft liner off the bat of Furman. Sends it back to the dugout, and now Tyler Freeman. Tyler Freeman playing shortstop today after we've seen him over at second. And he'll take a first pitch strike. Left to right in the outfield, Hunter, Hearn, Guthrie, and Vierling. In the infield, Tatum, Gamboa, Brito, and Stokes across the diamond, and Matera behind the plate today, as a foul ball comes off the bat of Freeman. And the designated hitter is Miller today. Going to the count as Freeman falls behind quickly to MacArthur. 1 away here in the bottom of the first. And here's the pitch from the righty. Pegs him on the back and sends him down to first with a free pass. And that will bring up Richie Palacios, as I'm told he goes by Richie. Full name Richard, so transition to that on the broadcast. Batting .255 with 4 RBIs this season. RubberDucks now have a runner on first for MacArthur to worry about after he hit him on the back. Instead, he'll go home. A foul ball in the count 0-1. One on, one out here in the bottom of the first inning. The Fightins did have some action in the top half, but were unable to get anything across. And MacArthur looks back at first. Instead, he'll go home, and it's another foul ball. So once again, he gets ahead in the count, 0-2. And we'll see if he's able to shut down Palacios. Was talking to MacArthur about his time during quarantine and what he was able to do. And like a lot of pitchers, he was able to refine what he already had. He already has a 4-pitch repertoire, so didn't super need to focus on gaining anything new, but just refining what he's already have. As he gets a huge swing and a miss there from Palacios, brings him down to his knees. And he fouled it off, they say, so the count will remain 0-2. Instead, MacArthur going over to first, and Stokes gets a little tripped up with Freeman over there. And we'll see if MacArthur chooses to go now. 0-2 the count. Pitch comes home. Great framing there by Matera behind the plate. The pitch was inside, but he just doesn't get the call from Fornarola. And the count moves to 1-2. 1 on here, 1 out in the bottom of the first inning. The Fightins are trying to get through a scoreless first and get back for some offense today. It's been quite a number of innings since they've scored a run. And sending it into deep center field is Guthrie coming in. He makes the grab, and it's going to drop in front of him. So it's going to be a base hit there for Palacios, as Guthrie just not able to get to it in time. And shifting over is Tyler Freeman. So the RubberDucks start things off quickly, as they did yesterday, with 2 runners on and just 1 away. It's been 17 innings since the Fightins have scored a run. I believe 29 innings is the longest drought they've ever had. So they look to snap that here in this game. And with 1 away and 2 on, Trenton Brooks is up at the plate. He'll take one deep to right field. Going back is Vierling at the track, at the wall, and there's nothing he can do about it. A first pitch, 3-run home run from Trenton Brooks, and that'll make it 3-0 Akron RubberDucks. Big 3-run bomb that just traveled with easy speed and power over the fence in right field, and Trenton Brooks looks pretty happy jogging home. And that will bring up Oscar Gonzalez. Now the bases are cleared for MacArthur, with just 1 away in the bottom of the first. Chopper moves foul. Akron 3, Reading 0. 1 away now in the bottom of the first inning. Fightins just would like another chance at the bats, as Gonzalez lofts 1 foul and falls behind 0-2 here. And he brings another one foul. He really chased that one way outside in the zone. Surprised he was able to make contact on it. And again, fouled into the netting behind home plate. And the count stays 0-2 to Oscar Gonzalez. MacArthur just trying to get out of this inning. Lefty sets up on the first base side of the rubber. And he'll go home with it. Chopper through the gap between short and third. Gamboa unable to come up with it. And Gonzalez gets himself a single here. And now it's Will Benson's turn. MacArthur said he got about 70 simulated innings over the quarantine, but they were all at a high school field, which I'm sure is very different. Sometimes those fields don't even have the same distance between the mound and the plate as a professional field. And kind of the same few guys would show up there. They would have some live at bats, but you're thrown to the same guys every day. Less to see. And we'll see a mound visit now from Brad Bergeson. Talking to MacArthur about how they want to get out of this inning. They are set up here for the double play with a runner on first. And now Will Benson stepping into the batter's box. Outside, a good block there by Matera. Benson, one of the 3 players to have a home run for the RubberDucks in last night's game. He had a 3-run shot in the 4th. which began a 6-run inning for the RubberDucks. And the 1-1 now to Benson. He'll loft it into center field. Coming over is Miller, and he's there to make the catch. So 2 away now as Oscar Gonzalez remains on first. Now it's time for Marcos Gonzalez. MacArthur features fastball, curveball, slider, and changeup, so he does have that 4-pitch repertoire, which is good for a starter trying to go deep when they see the lineup a couple times through. Instead, MacArthur going to first, try to pick off attempt from Gonzalez, but he's able to slide back in safely. Two outs now, bottom of the first. Akron leads 3-0 off a 3-run home run from Trenton Brooks. And he'll go home, get the strike call on the outside corner. Perfect setup there from Matera behind the plate. You saw him pretty much straight up behind the plate, and then he bounced over as the pitch was coming in from MacArthur to the outside park. So Gonzalez did not know what was coming. Here's the 0-1, and he chops it foul into the R-Phil's dugout. Out coming to get it is manager Sean Williams. And 0-2 once again. MacArthur getting up to a lot of these 0-2 counts, just not able to finish the job. But with 2 outs now, he'll go after Gonzalez. And big swing and a miss, a huge whiff. So it looks like the pitching mound visit from Brad Bergeson does the trick, and MacArthur able to get out of the inning. Not before he gives up 3 hits and 3 runs, leaving 1 on base. We're going to take some time off before we get to the Fightins offense.
Gear up for the Fightin' Phils season. Visit the Brentwood Industries Fightin' Phils team store at First Energy Stadium, or check out our online store 24 hours a day, 7 days a week at rphils.com/shop. We have a wide variety of Fightin' Phils hats, t-shirts, kids apparel, and more. Looking for something new? Check out our latest selection of Los Luchadores de Reading and Reading hot dog gear, plus throwback black R-Trains R-Phils attire. Root for your Fightins in style. Stop by the Brentwood Industries Fightins team store or rphils.com/shop.
The Reading Fightin' Phils, in conjunction with Savage 61 Fiesta Fridays, are proud to partner with the eXp Realty Group throughout the 2021 season. Visit their convenient website at brgpa.com. The custom search bar makes house hunting online easier than ever, and their talented team of agents is here to answer all your questions. Call them today at 610-926-8610. eXp Realty Group is a proud partner of the Reading Fightin' Phils at all 7 Savage 61 Fiesta Friday games during the 2021 season. eXp Realty Group, where every move matters.
Savage Auto Groups is a proud sponsor of the Reading Fightin' Phils. Our large inventory and wide selection of models, along with competitive pricing, allow us to make great deals on many vehicle makes and models. Visit Savage 61, Kia, and L&B in Berks County for all your automotive needs.
Back in action at Canal Park. Fightins trail 3-0 after a 3-run home run from Trenton Brooks, but they're looking to put some offense on the board as Dalton Guthrie heads up to the plate. Juan Hillman back on the mound after just 12 pitches to get out at the top of the first. He fields one on the mound. It pops out of his glove, but he's able to recover it and fire it over to the first baseman Roulette for an easy first out on 1 pitch. Good agility there by Hillman to recover the ball. and that will bring up Archimedes Gamboa. Gamboa had the day off yesterday, but he's back at shortstop this afternoon. And I'll take a first pitch strike. Pitch comes outside for a ball. Looks like the RubberDucks will have fans can run the bases, or kids can run the bases after the ball game today at First Energy Stadium. All fans can run the bases after our Sunday games, and the best part is that there's no age limit, so anyone can run the bases after the game and get a chance to walk on a professional field and cross home. As Gamboa gets one right into the glove of Gonzalez. That was just unlucky as he hits a heater line drive right into the third baseman's mitt. So that will be 2 away quickly. And when you're running around on First Energy Stadium, and I know this was something that was really special to the high schoolers who just played the Berks County Championships at our ballpark, is that you're running on the same base paths and same field that Mike Schmidt, Ryan Howard, Jimmy Rollins used, Alec Bohm, Aaron Nola. It's the same field. So it's pretty impressive as driving one up the middle is Miller. And he'll get himself on base. So hopefully a two-out rally now for the Fightins as Miller swings on the first pitch and drives it back where it came from. Hillman has only thrown 6 pitches so far this inning as the Fightins are aggressive and swinging on the first pitch they see from the lefty. That'll bring up Madison Stokes. Stokes had a 2-hit, 2 RBI day on Friday, I believe it was, and nothing yesterday on the board. First pitch comes in outside. Miller looking like he was going to go, but as Rivera popped up, he's going to come back over to the first base. Two away now in the top of the second. The RubberDucks lead 3-0, and here's the 1-0 from Hillman. It'll be skied, but into the stands. And count moves to 1-1. Looks like Stokes getting some signs from Sean Williams over at third base, and now he's going to step back into that righty batter's box. Miller on first. Hillman goes home, and it is lofted into right center field. Coming over is Brooks, and he's able to make the catch on the run, so the Fightin' Strand. Luke Miller on first after a single. We're going to take a short break as we head into the bottom of the second. Akron up 3-0.
What does it mean to bank locally with Tompkins? It means keeping your money in your community with a team of neighbors to guide you through big decisions and milestones, plus all the convenience of our mobile app where you can manage your account, deposit checks remotely, send money to family and friends, even turn your card off if it gets misplaced, then back on when you find it. Ready to bank locally with the team at Tompkins? Visit Tompkins Vist Bank online or at a branch to get started. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Copa de la Diversión is an initiative of MILB which creates alternate identities for teams across the country wishing to better reach out to their Latino communities. The new identity represents more than a luchador. Luchar means to fight for, and luchador translates to fighter. But it also signifies a specific type of fighter, a masked wrestler. The mask logo pays tribute to some of the most notable elements of the city of Reading. Embodied in the luchador's masks is Reading's pagoda, surrounded by 23 sun rays representing the Latin American countries and Puerto Rico. Down the bridge of the nose is Reading's fire tower. Home plate serves as the luchador's mouth, with First Energy Stadium's facade creating the upper lip. Below the chin are train tracks, symbolic of the historic Reading Railroad. And along the side are baseball seams, a nod to Baseball Town's rich history. Fans can look forward to the R-Phils players suiting up in Los Luchadores de Reading caps and jerseys on specific games throughout the season.
Leading off the bottom of the second inning is going to be Josh Roulette as he comes out and steps into the lefty batter's box, and it looks like it is going to be James MacArthur back on the mound. 24 pitches to get out of the first after giving up a 3-run home run to Trenton Brooks. And Roulette fouling one off. MacArthur coming home. It'll be inside for a ball. Checking up on some scores around the farm system up in the big leagues. The Phillies lead 4-0 over Boston. Brad Miller had a 3-run home run and a Rhys Hoskins RBI single. Makes it 4-0 in the top of the 5th inning. The Iron Pigs take on the Syracuse Mets today for their final game in the series. They lead 3-0, and Cornelius Randolph has been on fire lately. He's got a 2 RBI double, along with a Mickey Moniak RBI single, puts them ahead 3-0 in the bottom of the 5th. And the Winston-Salem Dash lead the Blue Claws 7-1 in the middle of the 5th. So all those games got started a little bit earlier today. We had a 2 o'clock start in Akron. We're in the bottom of the second now. 2-2 the count to Roulette. Full count now to Roulette as MacArthur tries to get the first out here in the bottom of the second. He goes home, big swing and a miss there, and the ball will go around the diamond as Roulette is sent back to the dugout after striking out. Huge first out there for MacArthur. And now Mike Rivera heading up to the batter's box. He's behind the plate today as Bo Naylor gets a day off. And Josh Roulette, the other catcher on their roster, is over at first. Rivera just 1 hit on the season. And he'll take a called strike at the knees. MacArthur standing tall, 6'7", 230 on the mound in Akron as he towers over Mike Rivera. And here's the 0-1. It's just outside, didn't get him to chase. One away, the pitch comes in, a called strike on the top of the zone. One out in the bottom of the second. MacArthur is going after Mike Rivera, the number 9 hitter. Here's the 1-2. He'll drive it in to shortstop. Gamboa jumps and makes contact with the ball, but is unable to come up with it as it trickles into left field. I'm sure that will be recorded a hit for Mike Rivera, his second of the season, as he gets on first. A good jump there by Gamboa, but it was just over his head, and he made contact with it, but unable to get the whole thing. And that will bring us back to the top of the RubberDucks order with Jose Furman. Furman stepping into that righty batter's box. He lined out to shortstop in his last at-bat, but he'll take a first pitch strike now at the knees. So runner on first here with 1 away in the bottom of the second. MacArthur looking back at first to check on Rivera. Probably won't go as he's a catcher. typically we don't see them steal, although I will say Fitch has been aggressive on the base paths this season for the Fightins, so never say never. And the count evens 1-1 to Furman. And he'll drive it foul, bumps into the netting and trickles back onto the field. Big crowd in Akron. We've seen them in the mid-3,000s the past 2 days as they were able to open up their ballpark a little bit more to fans this weekend. And now the 1-2 from MacArthur. Chopped up the middle, Gamboa on to second and on to first, and they're unable to get it. The double play. They do get the force out at second, but it'll be a fielder's choice for Furman as he runs quicker than the ball is thrown. A little bit of a delay at second, it looked like, with Brito and Gamboa. So now 2 outs for Tyler Freeman, who was hit by a pitch and scored a run. Freeman, the number 2 prospect. MacArthur instead going over to first to check on Furman. He's the only one in the lineup today that bats over 300, but he's well over 300, batting 358. And another pickoff attempt there from MacArthur. So 2 outs now in the bottom of the second. The RubberDucks lead 3-0 here. And James MacArthur trying to get out of the second as Freeman sends it into center field, and on the run is going to be Guthrie. So there are 3 outs now as the RubberDucks record 1 hit and leave 1 on the base pass as we head into the top of the third. Stick around for some Fightins offense.
Spend some quality time with the family by taking them out to a ball game every Sunday home game at First Energy Stadium. Sundays are Burke's Packing Sunday Family Fun Days, presented by Classic Harley-Davidson. Get 4 tickets, 4 hot dogs, and 4 sodas for only $50 when purchased in advance. Burke's Packing is a family-owned and operated meat processor located here in Reading, specializing in hot dogs, ham, specialty meats, and more. Join us for Burke's Packing Sunday Family Fun Days at Sunday home games all season long here at First Energy Stadium. The Fightins feature special post-game concerts throughout the entire season with more live music than anywhere else in Berks County. Each post-game concert features $1 off St. Boniface Brewing and live music on the T-Mobile stage. That's post-game concerts thanks to St. Boniface Brewing. From the cleanup position, there's no one better in the field than J.P. Mascaro & Son. Trust the familiar Mascaro Blue Elephant to provide dependable, quality service for your home or business. Make our team your team, whether in a pinch or for the long haul. Like the Reading Fightin' Phils, we're the best in our field. We are hiring and have open positions in Berks County. Check our website for open positions at jpmascaro.com or call 1-888-MASCARO.
Top of the third we go. The Fightins have had some offense in the past 2 innings, but they just haven't been able to get anything across. So they look to do that here in the top of the third, and Hunter Hearn's going to lead us off at Canal Park. The first pitch by Hillman. Skies it into foul territory, coming over roulette, and he runs out of room as the fan's able to nab that and take it home as a souvenir. The last time we saw Hillman was on the 18th when he faced off MacArthur. Then he went 6 strong, 4 hits, 1 run. It was earned. It was a home run. 3 walks, 3 strikeouts, and he hit 1 batter. So we'll see if he goes another 6. I would think 5 or 6. That's what we've been seeing from the RubberDucks so far this series. And Hearn now taking a strike at the knees, so the count moves to 0-2. Now he takes one outside. Here's the pitch from Hillman. Chopped it up to short, and it gets by Freeman into the outfield. So a hit for Hunter. Hearn gets him on first with no outs now in the top of the 3rd inning. And Hunter Hearn will extend his on-base streak to 7. So 7 games in a row he's got on base, whether that be a walk, hit by pitch, hit. And with his first at-bat, he records a hit, so he'll make that 7 games in a row here in Double-A after being transferred up from Jersey Shore. And that'll bring us back to the top of the Fightins lineup as Brito shows signs of bunt but pulls back. And the Fightins have a runner on with no outs here in the top of the 3rd. Wind starting to blow a little bit stronger as sending it into deep outfield is Brito, but right there is Palacios at the warning track in center. So that'll be 1 away now. He got a piece of it, but the wind was pushing in just a little bit and he was unable to get it all the way across the fence. So now with 1 away, it's McCarthy Tatum's turn at the plate. Hillman's first offering, it's fouled back into the netting behind home plate. Hillman moves to 28 pitches right now, trying to get through the top of the 3rd. Runner on first in the form of Hunter Hearn. And Hillman going for the pickoff attempt now. He'll go over to first. Top 3, Akron leads 3-0. And Hillman again going over to first base. Hearn not taking much of a lead over there, just trying to remain on the base paths here as the Fightins look for some offense. Now with just 1 out in the top of the 3rd and in the top of the order, they're in a good place to do it. Brito checks his swing. Does he go? First place umpire Phillips says no. Count moves to 1-1 now. Tough when you're batting and there keeps being pickoff attempts over to first. You're probably getting a little bit impatient at the plate as Tatum swings and misses. Now he turns his head to Sean Williams over at 3rd, tries to get the signs here as he was way out in front on the pitch. And it's 1-2 now. And instead, Hillman again going for the pickoff attempt. Hot day here in Reading and at the ballpark. It's partly cloudy and the wind's blowing, but it's still in the 90s as the pitch comes in the dirt and it gets away from Mike Rivera, and taking second easily is Hunter Hearn. Rivera kept it in front of him, but then it just kept bouncing away. And Hearn, being very observant, was able to slide off. So now the Fightins have a runner in scoring position here with only one out. I would say pass ball on that pitch, but we're going to wait for the official scorer. Don't want to get ahead. And Hillman calling for time, steps off the mound. And they're just going to go with a stolen base there. So Hunter Hearn has a stolen base to his name as he gets himself on second. Important there for the Fightins. You kind of see when you watch these games consecutively how important a move like that could be. The awareness of Hearn to get over in time, because now he's got himself in scoring position with one out. And driving it up to short is Tatum. Freeman making the throw from short over to Roulette at first. And see, that's exactly what I'm talking about, because if Hearn didn't get himself onto second, he would have been caught up in a double play, inning over. Instead, Tatum just gets himself out there, and Hearn is able to shift over to third. So now, anything that is a hit is going to get him to come home, as opposed to ending the inning in a double play. So that kind of thing really, while it seems minimal, it's super important, especially with the Fightins struggling to score lately. Matt Vierling up at the plate now. He had a stand-up double in his last at-bat, all the way trickling to the left field corner. And the pitch comes in on the inside corner, and it's now 1-1. Vierling, for the most part, has been batting third in the order. Seen him a couple times in the cleanup spot, but pretty solidly batting third this season as he gets on base well. He'll take a ball high. And Hunter Hearn over on third, taking a slight lead. And we see Sean Williams outside that third base coach's box, ready to wave him home on anything. Obviously, 2 outs. He's running on contact. And the 2-1 now from Hillman. It's in the dirt. Good block there by Rivera. And it moves to 3-1. There are bases open here for Hillman. Three to 1 now to Vierling. Fightins trail 3-0, but they're going for a 2-out rally here now as Vierling calls time. Fightins did not make a roster move today, so they've got the same roster as yesterday. And now the 3-1 is in the dirt, so Vierling works himself a walk, and the Fightins now runners on the corner with 2 outs. And they've had a good amount of 2-out rallies so far this season. Trivia time here on the broadcast. Who won the very first MLB Rookie of the Year award? Hint, hint, there is a day named after him all through baseball. So think about it, and we'll get you the answer in the bottom of the third. As Hillman goes home, it's a chopper off the bat of Matera, but it's right back to Hillman. Doesn't even have to move an inch as he fields it and tosses it over to first. And the Fightins strand 2 runners on here in the top of the third. I'm going to take a short break as we get into the bottom half. Think about the trivia answer for the question, who was the very first MLB Rookie of the Year award winner?
From the cleanup position, there's no one better in the field than J.P. Mascaro & Son. Trust the familiar Mascaro Blue Elephant to provide dependable quality hauling, disposal, and recycling service for your home or business. Make our team your team, whether in a pinch or for the long haul. Like the Reading Fightin' Phils, we're the best in our field. We are hiring and have open positions in Berks County. Check our website for open positions at jpmascaro.com or call 1-888-MASCARO.
Join us as we celebrate Reading's Hispanic and Latino culture during 7 Friday home games this season. The Savage 61's Fiesta Fridays, presented by Alex Betanzas of eXp Realty, Humane Pennsylvania, Supportive Concepts for Families, Children's Home of Reading, and Mao Beer. Fiesta Fridays features special Los Luchadores de Reading uniforms, Hispanic and Latino food and music, and other cultural events throughout the ballpark. Get your tickets now by calling 610-370-BALL or visiting us at the Weidenhammer ticket office at First Energy Stadium.
Every time you grab an ice-cold 20-ounce Pepsi, you'll find a Pepsi emoji on the side of the bottle. So while the Pepsi delivers this, the Pepsi emoji delivers this.
Ooh.
So go ahead, crack open a Pepsi and tell the world how you feel and what you love with Pepsi emojis. Say it with Pepsi.
Bottom of the third we go here as MacArthur does come out for the third inning of action with 39 pitches right now. He'll see Palacios, Brooks, Gonzalez, and possibly Benson as he sends a first pitch ball into Palacios, who singled in his first at-bat. Now, as I was saying before, we did see MacArthur going 4 innings twice so far this season, the most of anyone. And the answer to the trivia question was Jackie Robinson back when he was on the Brooklyn Dodgers in 1947, and 40 years later the AL and NL awards were named after him. And Jackie Robinson, of course, wore the number 42, and that is a day that we celebrate all throughout baseball, and a day where everyone wears the number 42. So now the count moving to 2-2 on Palacios. RubberDucks in the lead 3-0 as they scored 3 back in the first, but MacArthur got through a quick second, and chopping up the first pitch is Palacios over to third. It's going to be a long throw across the diamond from Tatum, and it just doesn't get there in time. Watching that back on the replay, he really got it with the top of his bat, and the Fightins had a shift on, so he was playing in the shortstop position while Gamboa was behind second, able to run over and nab that ball before it got into the outfield. So a single for Palacios, but definitely could have been worse if it was not for the speed of Tatum. So a leadoff single to Palacios brings up Trenton Brooks, who was the one who had that 3-run homer back in the first. And MacArthur setting up on the mound. Righty-lefty matchup here, inside for a ball. Some other fun facts about this day in baseball town history, which I love to look at those. And as always, enter any interesting ones into my game notes. Today At Akron, Edgar Duran's 4th hit of the game, which was a solo home run in the 12th, lifts Reading past the RubberDucks 2-1. And that happened May 23rd, 2014. As MacArthur misses twice in a row, the count now 2-0 to Brooks. Hopeful for the double play here as it comes outside. The count now from MacArthur. And the pitch in the dirt, and it's a walk. 4-pitch walk to Trenton Brooks. That'll shift over Palacios. And Oscar Gonzalez's turn at the dish with 2 on, nobody out here in the bottom of the 3rd. Love a good matinee game on a Sunday. Beautiful weather at the ballpark. Probably a little warm for the guys on the field. And swinging on the first pitch is Gonzalez. He's popping it up. Coming in as a bunch of guys, but it's going to be Madison Stokes who calls them off in foul territory to make the grab. So that'll be 1 away and a good out there for the Fightins as no one's able to advance. And that will bring up Will Benson. Will Benson was one of the few players that got to play competitively over the winter as he played for Team Texas in the Independent Constellation Energy League in Sugar Land. They were one of the few leagues that got to get going during the quarantine. And he spent time there, while Tyler Freeman and Bo Naylor both spent time at the alternate site in Cleveland last year. Now the 1-0 to Benson. He gets a called strike at the knees. A good pitch there, nailed by MacArthur. The alternate site helpful for a lot of guys to get live at-bats and live bullpen sessions. And lofting it in the infield is Benson, and miscommunication there by the Fightins, and it looks like stealing second is gonna be, or Palacios caught off of second. So what happened there, very interesting, and another miscommunication by the Fightins, but Madison Stokes able to grab the ball, though McCarthy Tatum really came in hot for it, and they caught Palacios off the bag at second, so it's going to be 2 outs and a great way to end the inning for the Fightins. As they head into the top of the 4th, the score is still 3-0, but the momentum seems to have shifted in their favor. Hopefully they can capitalize with some offense. Be right back.
The Reading Fightin' Phils are proud to partner with the Berks County Mental Health and Developmental Disabilities Program. Together, we are striking out the stigma in order to raise community awareness about mental illness and the prevention of suicide. With 3 simple words, are you okay? The hope is to begin a conversation to show Berks County that we care. Suicide affects and hurts everyone, but help is here, and we'll work together to raise awareness about suicide and identify what we can do as a community to prevent it. People in need of assistance and support should call Crisis Intervention at 610-236-0530. That's 610-236-0530.
Cornwall Manor is an active senior living community on a 190-acre wooded campus in Cornwall, Lebanon County. The community offers independence and opportunities for wellness and fitness, as well as educational and musical programs, and the peace of mind of having convenient health care on site. Cornwall Manor offers a range of residential choices from apartments to homes. Prospective residents are welcome to visit us for lunch and have a chance to learn more about the community. More information is available online at cornwallmanor.org. Cornwall Manor, celebrating 70 years of senior living.
Juan Hillman back on the mound for the RubberDucks. He has 38 pitches through 3, and he'll face off against Dalton Guthrie, Gamboa, and Miller. We'll see if the Fightins can get some across here. In the top of the 4th, they've had runners on in every inning. As he pops it foul, a diving Mike Rivera bounces in the dirt, and he tries to joke with the umpire that he caught it. And Fornarola was, of course, paying the attention now, so it was pretty clearly bouncing in the dirt. But he pops up, look, I got it. And Guthrie was all the way at first. Now he'll come home. So the guys are laughing out there. Always good to see them having a good time on the field. And a very eventful strike there for Guthrie. And Hillman getting ready on the mound as Rivera trying to shake some dirt off of himself. And here's the 0-1 now. It's high, and when the ball hit the glove of Rivera behind the plate, a lot of dust and dirt popped out of it. So now the 1-1 to Guthrie, as the Fightins would love to start with a runner on early in the top of the 4th. He'll take one inside for a ball. Top 4, Akron 3, Reading 0. They've been quiet since that 3-run home run in the 1st. And Guthrie again taking it outside, so works himself to a 3-1 count. And he'll make a walk out of it as he heads down to first base. That is the 3rd walk of the day from Hillman, and the 2nd time today that they start things off with a runner on first and no outs. So Gamboa now heads to the batter's box. And top of the 4th with no one out and a runner on first. Gamboa swings on the first pitch, driving it into shallow center field, coming over Palacios, camping under it, makes the catch, and Guthrie stuck at first. So Gamboa's retired, 1 away now for Luke Miller. Miller has 1 of 2 hits right now for the Fightins, and he singled back in the 2nd. He's been very consistent for the team in his at-bats, usually either designated hitter or on first base, as we see him the DH today. But he's got a 6-game on-base streak coming into today, so with that single, it makes it a 7-game on-base streak. 4 for 12 this series. And he'll pop up the first pitch. Again, it's in center field, but it's going to go foul. Strong wind there as the camera people couldn't exactly find the ball. And I'm stuck looking with just that vantage point, so I'm trying my best to provide you with all of the action, but I can only tell you as much as I can see, and I'm at the mercy of the cameras in Akron. So now with Guthrie on first, there's one away here, and the 0-1 coming in to Miller from Juan Hillman. Big swing and a miss there, as Miller just ahead of that fastball from Hillman. Miller was talking about staying within the confines of his swing and not trying to do too much in addition to his swing. He knows the type of ball player he is. He's got that easy power, but he knows, you know, I don't always have to send one over the fence. I've got to get on base, and that's exactly what he's been doing this season. He's been doing what he does best, and he's not trying to make more out of it than that. And that's something he said he worked on over the quarantine. And he'll lift it high in the sky over in right field. Trenton Brooks coming over, makes the catch. And 2 away from 2 fly balls here in the 4th. But Guthrie still on first for Madison Stokes now. Top 4, 3-0 Akron here. Titans looking to chip away at it just a little bit here in the 4th. Definitely comebackable, if that's a word, as Stokes swings on the first pitch. It's in foul territory. Is it going to end up on the field of play? It's not. And a fan is not able to catch it either as it bounced in the stands, and I'm sure someone will get that souvenir. Can't imagine how many balls these guys go through each game with all the foul balls. Sometimes a player will foul off 7 or so in his at-bat just alone, so I can't even imagine how many dozen they've got ready for each game. 2 away in the top of the 4th. Stokes up at the plate. Here's the 0-1. He pops it foul once again. So he falls behind in the count quickly here to Hillman. But Dalton Guthrie is on first. Hillman trying to work his way out of the inning after walking the first batter he saw. And here's the 0-2, big swing and a miss there from Stokes, and he is upset as he slams his bat into the ground, and the Titans will go down, leaving another one on the base paths. We're going to head into the bottom of the 4th, taking a short break here at the ballpark.
Cornwall Manor is an active senior living community on a 190-acre wooded campus in Cornwall, Lebanon County. The community offers independence and opportunities for wellness and fitness, as well as educational and musical programs, and the peace of mind of having convenient health care on site. Cornwall Manor offers a range of residential choices from apartments to homes. Prospective residents are welcome to visit us for lunch and have a chance to learn more about the community. More information is available online at cornwallmanor.org. Cornwall Manor, celebrating 70 years of senior living.
Feasers Incorporated, a family-owned, full-line food service distributor located in central Pennsylvania. Services restaurants, sporting facilities, theme amusement parks, healthcare facilities, educational facilities, and other institutions throughout Pennsylvania and the Mid-Atlantic region. For over 100 years, Feasers and its employees have committed themselves to making customer service their highest priority. Feasers works hard to provide customers with the products they require, delivered by their helpful fleet drivers. Feasers is large enough to serve and small enough to care. For more information, call 800-326-2828 or Feasers.com.
ROG Orthodontics is the proud official partner of the ROG Orthodontics Fightin' Phil's Kids Club. Join today at Fightins.com to get your free ROG Orthodontics Kids Club t-shirt and visit FantasticSmiles.com for more information on all the great work that ROG Orthodontics provides. ROG Orthodontics and the Reading Fightin' Phils, 2 great hometown partners.
And James MacArthur coming out for his 4th inning of work like we've seen him do in his past 2 outings. And he'll face off against Marco Gonzalez, Josh Roulette, and Mike Rivera. He's faced 15 batters thus far on 52 pitches, so it does look like the Fightins are starting to allow their starters a little bit more time in the game. And he'll get Marcos to drive one to center field, but right there to make the play is Guthrie. And there's one away quickly for MacArthur. So good way to get the first out in the bottom of the 4th inning. Akron leads 3-0, but haven't had much offense since that 3-run home run in the 1st. And that'll bring up Josh Roulette. Roulette stepping into the lefty batter's box. The first pitch coming in outside. Roulette just 1 hit so far this season. Hasn't seen a ton of playing time between Bo Naylor behind the plate and Mike Rivera. He'll pop it up high in the sky, but it's going to go foul. Also catchers on the roster. So sometimes you'll see time at first base like today. Usually Mike Rivera, the other guy behind the plate before Roulette, but they take turns swapping out after Bo Naylor, the everyday starter. Here's the 1-1, it's inside. Roulette batting just .050. And he struck out back in the 2nd. 1 away in the bottom of the 4th here for MacArthur, trying to get an easy inning as he gets up in pitch count. And he'll get the called strike on the corner, so the count evens out 2-2. And here comes the pitch from the starter. It bounces in the dirt, and a good block there from Matera behind the plate. Sending it into center field once again, and Guthrie's there to make the grab for the 2nd out as Roulette heads back to the dugout. So 2 fly balls, both of them into the glove of Guthrie, and 2 quick outs for MacArthur as we're at the number 9 hitter, Mike Rivera. Rivera singling in his first at-bat, his 2nd hit of the season. And I'll see one grazing the outside corner. Beautifully placed curveball there from MacArthur. And that was one he said he worked on refining over the offseason, just kind of understanding it better and when to throw it. And he'll miss just a little bit further outside there. Count 1-1. Bottom of the 4th, Akron leads 3-0 here, but MacArthur trying to pitch a 1-2-3 inning to retire the RubberDucks. There's already 2 outs. And the count to Mike Rivera now 2-1. And again, it's way too far outside. And it's 3-1. Definitely want to get out of this, getting Rivera rather than getting back to the top of the RubberDucks order. And MacArthur taking a huge deep breath, and once again Matera setting up on the outside part of the plate. He gets a swing and a foul ball out of Rivera, so the count is now full. So huge pitch there to recover and put Rivera in a tough spot now with a full count. Just got to make the pitch here. We'll see if he tries to get him to chase, as MacArthur setting up right in the middle of the dish, I would say. And he chops it, and it gets through the gap once again, pretty much the same spot that he hit the last one in. And that'll get through the gap between short and third. Big day for Rivera now, 2 for 2, as the RubberDucks have a runner on with 2 away here for Jose Furman. And now it looks like the day will be done for MacArthur as Sean Williams heads out to the mound and takes the ball away from the starter. We're going to take a short break while we find out who's coming in, but stick around.
The Penn State Health St. Joseph's 67 Club is the original hospitality area at First Energy Stadium. Conveniently located along the third base side, the 67 Club gives you front row seat to all the action at the hot corner. The area is safely protected from line drives with large see-through netting. Starting at $31, groups of 20 or more can enjoy a 2.5-hour all-you-can-eat buffet. Children 4 and under are free. Visit Fightins.com or call us at 610-370-FALL to reserve your group outing.
You can add a delicious all-you-can-eat buffet to any Reading Fightin' Phil's game ticket for only $18. No need to visit the concession stands. You can add a 2.5-hour all-you-can-eat buffet to any ticket. The selection includes barbecue chicken, barbecue sandwiches, cheeseburgers, hamburgers, hot dogs, mac and cheese, corn, pasta salad, baked beans, potato salad, chips, fruit, cookies, and Pepsi products. Call the Fightins at 610-370-BALL, order online at Fightins.com, or visit the Weidenheimer ticket office at First Energy Stadium.
The R. Phils and Savage 61 are excited to bring you Fightins baseball live from the comfort of your own home. If you are listening to this now, you're probably watching on YouTube, Facebook, or Twitch. Thanks for tuning in, and feel free to check us out on rphils.com/pressbox for all the elite baseball information on the Fightin' Phils.
And we've got a pitching change here at Canal Park. The day is done for James MacArthur after 3 2/3 and 66 pitches. He's replaced by Zach Warren. We'll get to the final line a little bit later because he's responsible for Mike Rivera on first and Zach Warren coming into the game today. Last saw him pitch on the 21st where he went 1 inning of relief, blanking the RubberDucks completely. Not a hit or a run. Not even a walk issued. And we've seen him twice in this series. Also saw him back on the 19th when he did the exact same thing. So he's been pretty effective, settling in nicely since the first series in Erie. He was pretty impressive also against Bowie. And we'll see what he can do here as he settles in to pitch the rest of the fourth. Just 2 outs right now. Fightin's trying to get out without giving up any more runs. There is 1 runner on, and up at the plate is Jose Fermin. And 2 balls from Warren after a pickoff attempt, and the count is now 2-0. And the pitch comes in high in the zone for a strike. He hasn't given up a hit or a run since May 12th, and that was back when he gave up a home run to the Bowie Bay Sox. He'll come home. Making contact is Fermin, and it's right into the glove of Tatum. Barely has to move. It was hit so hard it just fell right into his mitt, and Warren coming in getting the job done as he retires Fermin for the 3rd out of the 4th. So heading into the 5th, it's going to be 3-0 Akron still, but we're ready for some Fightin's offense. Stick around.
The Fightin' Phils know who to call for trash and recycling services. A proven winner, JP Mascaro & Sons. The industry leader for over 50 years. Trust the familiar Mascaro Blue Elephant to provide dependable, quality service for your home or business. That's JP Mascaro & Sons, one of the top companies in its industry. trash and recycling services for home, business, and industry. We are hiring and have open positions in Berks County. Check our website for open positions at jpmascaro.com or call 1-888-MASCARO. JP Mascaro & Sons, ready to serve you.
Nursing home neglect is a serious problem. If you or a loved one has suffered from bed sores obtained in a nursing home or a fall down in a nursing home resulting in a fracture, our friends at Swartz Culleton can help. Call the attorneys at Swartz Culleton for a free consultation. Their phone number is 1-800-JUSTICE. That's 1-800-587-8423. Once again, call 1-800-JUSTICE today. Swartz Culleton is a proud sponsor of the Reading Fightin' Phils.
And we're back here in the top of the 5th inning at Canal Park. Akron leads with 3 runs on 6 hits. Fightin's trail no runs on 3 hits, but nobody's made an error today. And Juan Hillman back on the mound to face Hunter Hearn, who swings on the first pitch and lifting it over to second base territory. It's Fermin who calls everyone off and makes the catch just a little bit into the outfield. So quickly 1 away for Hillman. As we're back to the top of the Fightin's lineup with Daniel Brito, 0 for 2 today. Fightin's have had a base runner in every inning so far, just unable to get them to cross as Brito takes a strike outside. And Hillman working quickly now. Get it on the corner, but doesn't get the strike called. Brito 4 for 16 on the series, the only one to have a 2-hit game yesterday. And the 1-1 now, it's in the dirt for a ball. 1 out here in the top of the 5th inning. Fightin's could use some runs to start chipping away at the RubberDucks 3-0 lead. And a huge swing and a miss there from Brito as he almost goes to his knees. Just chases one, and he wanted that pitch, but unable to come up with it. As setting up on the outside of the plate is Rivera, and that's exactly where the ball ends up. So the count moves to 3-2. Hillman now at 55 pitches. Brito chopping one into the glove of Fermin at second and on to first. An easy play for the RubberDucks. And that's 2 away now in the top of the 5th. McCarthy Tatum heads out to bat now. Tatum over at third today. We've seen him move around all over the place, as a bunch of these guys have. Guthrie, one of the other ones, Stokes as well. See them infield, outfield. A lot of utility guys on the Fightin's roster. He chops it up the middle, but it bounces foul. And I'm not exactly sure what happened there. Looks like maybe he splintered his bat a little bit and he's going back to the dugout to get a new one. I think that's what happened. So that was a piece of bat that went flying at Juan Hillman, and he'll grab the rosin bag and Try to dry off his hand a little bit as Tatum gets a new bat, and he sips back into the batter's box. We're ready to get underway again. Now the 0-1. Big swing and a miss from Tatum. Chases one way, way outside. And the count moves to 0-2 as Hillman working a very quick inning. And the 0-2 outside this time. And both catchers we've seen now with Rivera and Matera set up where the ball is coming, sometimes early and sometimes late as it comes just to inside. And I think that could be a little tricky for the batters on both sides because they don't know, if you're always setting up where the pitch is coming early on, you can kind of tell as a batter, okay, he's outside, it'll be outside. But if you change that up, it's hard to know as the ball comes in the dirt, and Tatum working himself back into this at-bat after being down 0-2. The count is now full from Hillman with 2 outs. He kicks, fires, and he'll send it foul into the net behind home plate. Top of the first now with 2 outs. Tatum trying to keep the Fightins alive in this inning. He's battling Juan Hillman, 6 pitch at-bat so far. And the 3-2 inside. Tatum works himself a 7-pitch walk. And we'll have a runner on here in the 5th. So every inning so far, the Fightins have got a runner on base, and they've left a runner on base in every inning so far. So hopefully they can eventually get them across, as Tatum's 2nd time walking in the game today, and that'll bring up Matt Bierling, who's 1 for 1 today, but he also has a walk, so he's been on base twice. And hopefully he can put something across here now. Top 5, 2 outs, the first pitch. He gets a called strike. Good framing there from Rivera to bring that into the strike zone. Very inconspicuously. And the 0-1 coming in from Hillman. Big swing and a miss there from Vierling. Tatum taking a little bit of a lead off of first base. Vierling batting .314 right now. He's got 10 RBIs, the most from the Fightin' Phils. And he settles into that righty batter's box. The southpaw deals, it's inside. And he makes the count now 1-2. Vierling's 3rd game of this series, as he started on the 19th after having a couple days off. And the 1-2's in the dirt. Good block there by Rivera. Tatum unable to move. Fightins have gotten a lot of their runs this season off of home runs. They have 19 home runs in total to Akron's just 15. So they're getting the majority of their runs on extra base hits. They also have 19 triples. And also very patient at the plate, 81 walks now, 15 of them coming from Gamboa, I believe, while Akron only has 66 walks. And the 2-2 now to Vierling. It's in the dirt. And he works his way back just like Tatum did from an 0-2 count. And speaking of Tatum, he stole 2nd. Kind of a defensive indifference there by the RubberDucks, but good for the Fightins to get a runner in scoring position now. Anything that's a clean hit off the bat of Vierling will probably get Tatum home, as he's one of the faster runners on the team. And a full count now to Matt Vierling. This could be exciting, folks, here. They're trying to rally with 2 outs and runner in scoring position in the top of the 5th, trailing only by 3. Here's the 3-2, and it's a called strike to Vierling, who's surprised that is a strike from Fornarola, but it is, and he sends it back to the dugout, looking. So the Fightins strand another one on the base paths as we head into the bottom of the 5th. We'll take a short break at Canal Park.
Nursing home neglect is a serious problem. If you or a loved one has suffered from bed sores obtained in a nursing home or a fall down in a nursing home resulting in a fracture, our friends at Swartz Culleton can help. Call the attorneys at Swartz Culleton for a free consultation. Their phone number is 1-800-JUSTICE. That's 1-800-587-8423. Once again, call 1-800-JUSTICE today. Swartz Culleton is a proud sponsor of the Reading Fightin' Phils. The Reading Fightin' Phils are proud to partner with Humane Pennsylvania throughout the 2021 season. Humane Pennsylvania is the region's premier leader in animal welfare and empowers the people in our communities to increase their capacity to care for animals so that all animals are safe, healthy, and treated humanely. Humane Pennsylvania is proud to be a Fiesta Friday and Bark in the Park sponsor. Learn more about Humane Pennsylvania and how you can help build the best community anywhere to be an animal by visiting humanepa.org.
To enjoy a perfectly crafted 1893 from the makers of Pepsi Cola, you must first appreciate its carefully selected ingredients. A dash of cola nut extract, a hint of real sugar, a splash of sparkling water, and a generous amount of attractive spokesperson. Trust me, I'm gorgeous. Cheers to 1893 boldly blended colas, a delicious balancing act of premium ingredients from the makers of Pepsi Cola.
And we're back here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Coming out for his second inning of relief is Warren, though he only pitched 1 out in the fourth, coming in to replace MacArthur, and he got the job done there, so we'll see how he fares now as he gets a first pitch foul ball off of Tyler Freeman. And it looked like he thought that was going to be in fair territory. He dove himself off the mound almost. Natera on one knee, blocks a ball in the dirt, and the count moves 1-1 to Freeman. A lot of guys going with the high socks today in warmer weather. Shorter pants. And the 1-1 chopped on by Freeman, and it's right into the glove of Gamboa, and the top part not even in the webbing there. A great catch by the shortstop on the run heading towards third base. So that'll bring up Richie Palacios. And Palacios is another one. In addition to Bo Naylor, he showed signs of bunt, and it's a called strike anyways, who has a sibling that also plays professional baseball. So while Bo Naylor's brother is in the Indian system, Palacios' brother Joshua is with Toronto. He did start the season with the professional team, with the major league team. But now, after an injury, he was down in AAA, the Buffalo Bisons, though they are playing in Trenton, New Jersey, so they're not too far away from each other. A lot of family relations in the minor leagues with the Phillies as well. Obviously, you know, Dalton Guthrie and a couple of the other guys have relations as the strike comes in to Palacios, so he falls behind in the count 1-2. With 1 out in the bottom of the 5th, Zach Warren's looking for a quick and easy clean inning so the Fightins can get back to bat. And he'll pop that one up foul, and it looks like it's going to be outside of the field of play as Hearn tries to make the grab in left field, but he's unable to come up with it. So the count stays at 1-2. Haven't seen much off the bats of the RubberDucks since that first inning, whereas the Fightins have had opportunities every inning but have unable to capitalize. And Zach Warren taking a few deep breaths off the mound. Now he'll step back on. Palacios playing center today. He's also played short and second in the system for the Indians, and Warren gets him to chase one way out of the zone, and he comes up with nothing. A huge strikeout there for the reliever to make it 2 outs now in the bottom of the 5th. So they're looking for a quick and easy inning. Hopefully Warren can get the RubberDucks down 1-2-3 as he is 2 away now in the bottom of the 5th. For Trenton Brooks has been on base both times today. Obviously that 3-run home run in the first, and he walked in the third. But it's his first time seeing Zach Warren today, and the first pitch comes in, he shows signs of bunt, he makes contact, fielding it is Warren, firing it to first, and he's safe. That was a great bunt there from Brooks. He laid it down as close to the third base line as you could possibly get it without it going foul, and it was a tough play for Matera and Warren to make. I do think it was the right call for Warren to be able to pick up that ball, but a great piece of bunting there from Brooks to get on base for the 3rd time today. And pretty impressive for the cleanup hitter. And now Oscar Gonzalez. Go for a pickoff attempt from Warren, but Brooks able to slide back. And now looks like he'll go home to Gonzalez right down the middle for a called strike. Warren has really worked himself into a good routine since his first outing against Erie. He ended with a 7.71 ERA, but now down to a 3.00 ERA, so has worked in a couple of scoreless appearances since that first series, and he'll go for the pickoff attempt once again. Looks like he'll go home on this one. Here's the 0-1. It's chopped foul, and Gonzalez falls behind 0-2. 3-0 the score, as it's been since the bottom of the first inning. Complete opposite of yesterday's game, where there was a lot of action from the RubberDucks the whole time. They've been silenced since the first. 2 outs now, bottom of the 5th inning. And looks like Warren's going to look over at first. He's going home with the 0-2, and it's chopped right into the glove of Gamboa. He's going to send it to first, and they'll get the out there. 6-3 in your scorebooks, and the RubberDucks strand one on after that bunt single from Trenton Brooks. We'll take a short break before we head into the 6th. Stick around, Fightins fans.
The Reading Fightin' Phils are proud to partner with Mao Beer throughout the 2021 season. Mao Beer and Mao Cinco Estrellas Lager, which is available in the Stadium Plaza Bar, has 128 amazing years of brewing history. Founded in 1890 in Spain, Mao Beer has always been there to satisfy the most demanding taste buds. Make sure to pick up Mao Beer and Mao Cinco Estrellas Lager at First Energy Stadium at our Plaza Bar throughout the 2021 season and at your local retailer. Mao Beer is a proud partner of the Reading Fightin' Phils and all 2021 Fiesta Friday celebration games. Mao Beer, the 5-star taste and the quintessential beer from Madrid. Please drink responsibly.
At Savage 61, our goal is to assist you in making a confident decision. Our friendly, professional staff members are available to answer your questions and listen to your needs. Whether you're shopping for a new or pre-owned vehicle, we're ready to help you with your search. Visit our dealership at Pottsville Pike today. Fastball, curveball, slider, it's the pitcher's grips that make the difference. And when it comes to cornering, braking, and traction, CJ's Tires and Automotives can improve your car's grip with a new set of Hankook tires. Hankook tires are known for great handling and reliability mile after mile. Together, Hankook tires and CJ's are your winning team. So whatever your vehicle needs, an oil change, state inspection, brakes, alignments, or Hankook tires, trust CJ's Tires and Automotives in Fairless Hills. CJ Tires and Automotives. They really are better, faster, and more affordable.
Leading things off for the Fightins here in the top of the 6th inning, Nick Matera. And I haven't gotten a view of the mound, but I assume Juan Hillman. Yep, it's Juan Hillman who is still out there for the RubberDucks. 70 pitches so far. We did see him go through a full 6 as Matera lifts one into center field. Going back at the wall is Palacios, and he makes the catch just before the warning track. So a quick out for Juan Hillman. And as I was saying, we did see him go a full 6 back on the 18th when he faced off against MacArthur then. So wouldn't be surprised if he gets through this inning, though only at 71 pitches, and the RubberDucks do seem more lenient than that. So we'll see how far he goes as he takes on the next Fightins batter, Dalton Guthrie, and the pitch comes in the strike zone. It's a call strike, and I would give credit to that strike to Mike Rivera as he really framed that well into the zone. Hillman 1-1 his record with a 2.29 ERA. Guthrie sending it over to second base, and Furman has to ship over a little bit, but he makes the play onto Roulette, and that is 2 down quickly for Hillman. It'll be up to Archimedes Gamboa if he wants to continue the trend of a batter for the Fightins on base every inning so far in this contest. Gamboa yet to reach today. And swinging on the first pitch once again, it's over in left field. It's at the wall. It's over the fence. A beautiful home run from Archimedes Gamboa, just sailed over the wall in left field. And I don't think he thought that was going to stay fair, folks. He was just standing in the batter's box still as he watched it sail over the fence in left field. And his 3rd home run of the season, a solo shot from Gamboa, puts the Fightins a step closer in the game now. It's 3-1. That's 20 home runs for the Fightins so far this season. And watching the replay here, I mean, that just grazed over the left field wall so quietly. And Gamboa surprised himself. So after 22 scoreless innings from the Fightins, they break that streak with a solo home run to left field from Gamboa, and they're back into this. And let's see if that can turn the momentum as Luke Miller heads up to the batter's box. Here's the pitch by Hillman. He goes fishing and comes up with nothing. Big home run there for Gamboa. Just even, you know, from the aspect of the mental side for the Fightins, just getting the first run after a streak of not being able to, I'm sure, is a deep breath for the entire dugout. And with 2 outs in the top of the 6th, the score is now 3-1 Akron. And Miller takes a 1-1 low, making it 2-1. Now the pitch is low again, and it's 3-1. Fightins could have something going here in the top of the 6th inning. And Hillman deals. Chopper off the bat of Miller to the 3rd baseman Gonzalez on to first. A good pick there by Roulette, and he's able to keep it in his glove to retire Luke Miller, but not before the Fightins played a run. A solo shot from Gamboa puts them on the board. 3-1 now as we head into the bottom of the 6th. Stick around, this just got interesting.
Better pitching, faster base runners, and more runs batted in usually beats the competition. At CJ's Tire and Automotive, better selection, faster service, and more affordable options always beats the competition. When it comes to tires, CJ's MVP choice is a new set of Falken tires. Falken tires are known for handling, reliability, and value. And for more than 50 years, CJ's has been helping customers find the right tires at the right price. Together, Falken Tires and CJ's are a winning team. Stop in any time at your local CJ's or shop online at cjtires.com. CJ Tires and Automotive. Better, faster, and more reliable.
We've been privileged at ROG Orthodontics to be part of the local community for over 60 years, creating generations of fantastic smiles.
We're honored to be voted the #1 orthodontist year after year and proud to be the top Invisalign provider in the region.
We passionately believe we're changing lives every day right here in the community where we live.
We offer interest-free, flexible payment plans
and provide monthly scholarship programs for free braces.
Be sure to check out our magnet contest to win free braces.
We love seeing our patients' successes, knowing we had a part in changing lives.
One fantastic smile at a time.
Savage 61 is a proud sponsor of Fiesta Fridays. Enjoy an R-Phil's game, great food, music, and entertainment. The team will play as Los Luchadores de Reading Latino Tribute uniforms. Visit Timmy Profit and Savage 61 Pennsylvania's most awarded dealership for all.
To the bottom of the 6th we go for a Fightin' Phil's pitching change now. Out comes Zach Warren and into the game Joel Cesar. Warren's final line 1 1/3, 1 hit, nothing across, and 1 strikeout for 16 pitches. And Joel Cesar now takes the mound for the Fightins in the bottom of the 6th. They trail 3-1 after a solo shot from Gamboa put them back into the game. Cesar takes off his hat and takes a deep breath before he steps onto the mound to face Will Benson. Bottom 6, the first pitch comes in and just misses. Cesar has been pretty consistent for the Fightin' Phils minus his last outing. As the pitch comes in low again to Benson. Usually middle of the game relief, sometimes at the back of the bullpen. %60 scoreless appearances. And it comes in high, 3 balls quickly to Benson as Cesar needs to right his ship. And he looks back, takes a deep breath. And the righty now setting up on the third base side of the rubber. Gets the sign from Fitch. Now he'll deal. It's low, and it's a 4-pitch walk to Benson. Cesar was a trade from Pittsburgh in 2020, so he's had time in Double-A experience before this year, just with Altoona, not with the Fightin' Phils. So this is his first year in a baseball town uniform. And now he'll face against Marcos Gonzalez, who's 0 for 2 today. And with a runner on and no outs at the bottom of the 6th, the first pitch is a ball. Cesar taking his time here. The 1-0, it's outside again, and that's 6 straight balls there from the relief pitcher. He looks over at the runner on first. Now he's a righty, so he has to turn all the way around. And instead he'll come home. It's a little chin music to Gonzalez, who has to bump out of the box, and that is 3 balls and no strikes here in the bottom of the 6th. The Fightins put themselves back in it in the last inning, and hopefully they can get out of this one cleanly. A double play would be real nice. But he'll get a called strike, and he'll take it. And the count moves to 3-1. Cesar, 25 out of the Dominican Republic, and he'll get Gonzalez to pop it up foul, so he works his way back from a 3-ball, no strike count. Now it's full, and it seems like he's settling in here now. Gonzalez taking a moment to regroup outside of the batter's box, and now he'll step back in as Cesar takes his spot on the rubber. 1 on, no out, bottom 6. Glove at the waist. And he'll kick up his left leg, go home, and a high fastball is fouled off. He'll go over to first to check on Benson, but he's back in time. Benson is one of the 2 first-rounders on the RubberDucks roster. He was drafted 14th overall in 2016, and Bo Naylor was drafted 29th overall in 2018. Last time that happened was 2016. And he'll send a heater just passing the third baseman Tatum. It trickles into the corner in left field. Coming around third is going to be Benson, and he'll score. So just after the Fightins put one on, the RubberDucks will put another one on themselves, trying to get some insurance runs over the Fightins. And a double from Marcos Gonzalez plates Will Benson for the 4th run. And that'll bring up Josh Roulette, 0-2 today. And he'll take a first pitch strike. Roulette did not play yesterday, as Gamboa runs out to have a few quick words with Cesar. He'll look back at the runner on second, Gonzalez, and showing signs of bunt is Roulette, but he's not able to come up with it. Strike called, so the count moves to 1-1. Cesar working slowly here in the 6th inning, and called time there from Roulette causes Cesar to look back at second, and does a couple fake pumps, though doesn't throw the ball, as getting back in time is Marcos Gonzalez. Instead he'll go home. And did he go? Yes, he did, says first base umpire Phillips, so it's a called strike. And now, for the first time since he came out, Cesar getting ahead in the count over Roulette. And now the 1-2 from Cesar. Pops it foul. Roulette out of Kansas State. He was drafted back in 2017. in the 39th round. And the pitch comes in outside. It's always interesting to me when I read, what round all these guys were drafted in that we see them in. And like the 39th round doesn't exist anymore. They don't go up that high anymore. So I feel like half of these players, especially on the Fightins roster, were definitely drafted after the 5th round. And obviously they could all be, free agent signings, as Roulette goes down swinging and tagged by Matera on his way out. So Cesar records his first out here in relief. And that'll bring Mike Rivera, who in the number 9 spot is 2 for 2 today with 2 singles. Rivera out of the University of Florida. Had trouble with knee and back injuries back in 2019. And he'll take a first pitch strike. He did have surgery back in 2018 on his thumb. That was season ending, but that seems to be okay since the surgery. And the 0-1 is inside, and he's just able to get out of the way. It's been pretty stellar behind the plate today, and the other time we saw him in this series. And he'll chop one into the outfield. Going back at the wall is Vierling. It's going to bounce over his head, bounce off the wall. It's going to be picked up by Guthrie in the outfield. They'll send it home, and it's a double for Rivera, who looked surprised, honestly. He kind of wanted to see the replay, I think, of why didn't that go over? But it just didn't. It bounced in the middle of the wall, and well played there by Guthrie. And it does seem that Gonzalez was able to score off of that. So it's 5-1 now from a double that scores Gonzalez. So just as the Fightins get back into this, the RubberDucks pull away once again, and they'll be meeting at the mound now. Looks like just Brad Bergson as the entire infield comes in. And now the umpire's going out to break it up. Something going on maybe with the mound now as Cesar steps off and is kicking around some dirt. And everyone's going back. And he's exchanging some last minute words with Daniel Brito. And back to the top of the order with Jose Fermin. So we'll see what happens after that mound visit, though. Rivera on second. And going home is Cesar. It'll be outside. 5-1 the score here in the bottom of the 6th inning. The Fightins trying to get out with only 1 out right now. And it'll just miss the strike zone. Cesar getting the tag from Matera behind the plate. And it's going to be inside. Keeping it in front of him is Matera. Rivera not able to move anywhere. Fermin's been in the organization for quite a while, drafted in 2014. The young guy out of the DR. 3-1 count now from walking. And the RubberDucks have another runner on first. But now they're set up for the double play there with the runner on first. And they'll be able to have 4 outs now, as it does look like the day is done for Joel Cesar. Or maybe perhaps there's an injury, as it looks like Sean Williams and Kenny Montanane are headed out there. And he's kind of shaking his head. He seems a little bit confused. They're having some words out there. And it looks like the day will be done for Cesar. He's walking off with the trainer. And we'll take a short break while we see who comes in and what's going down.
Better pitching,
The Auto Ride
faster
of Reading
base runners,
Power Alley
and more
Pub
runs
features
batted
a
in
2.5
usually
hour
beats the
all-you-can-eat
competition.
buffet.
At CJ
Private
Tire
bar
and
with a
Automotive,
bartender,
better
2
selection,
rows of
faster
seats,
service,
bar
and
stool
more
seating,
affordable
and
options
4 cafe
always beats
tables.
the competition.
The pub provides
When it
your
comes to
party
tires,
a private
CJ's
area to enjoy the
MVP
ball
choice
game,
is a new
away
set
from
of
other
Vulcan
fans.
tires.
Auto
Vulcan
Ride
tires
of
are
Reading
known for
Power Alley
handling,
Pub may
reliability,
accommodate
and
up to
value.
30 people.
And for more than 50
Enjoy
years,
socializing
CJ's
with
has
your
been helping
group
customers
and watch
find
the game
right
from a
tires
unique
at the right
vantage
price.
point. Visit
Together,
rfills.com
Vulcan
for
tires
more
and
information.
CJ's are a winning team.
When the Red and White
Stop in
Bills get
anytime at your
hungry,
local
we turn
CJ's
to our
or shop
team feed
online at
partners.
CJTires.com.
Special thanks to Wyomissing's Family
CJ
Restaurant
Tires and
Bakery,
Automotive.
PJ
Better,
Willahan's Pub and
faster,
Restaurant,
and more
Collegeville
reliable.
Italian Bakery Pizzeria,
We've been privileged at ROG
Jimmy
Orthodontics
G's
to be
Railroad
part
House, Mimo's Italian Restaurant and Pizzeria, and Klinger's on Carsonia for making sure the Fightin' Phil's front office is never hungry on game day. Our staff enjoys
Proud to be
delicious
the top
meals from our
Invisalign.
team feed partners, but don't take our word for it. Find out for yourself today. Gear up for the Fightin' Phil's season. Visit the Brentwood Industries Fightin' Phil's team store at First Energy Stadium, or check out our online store 24 hours a day, 7 days a week at rphils.com/shop. We have a wide variety of Fightin' Phil's hats, t-shirts, kids apparel, and more. Looking for something new? Check out our latest selection of Los Luchadores de Reading and Reading hot dog gear, plus throwback black R-Trains R-Phils attire. Root for your Fightins in style. Stop by the Brentwood Industries Fightins team store or rphils.com/shop.
After a long pitching change for the Fightins, out comes Joel Cesar, and into the game is Jacob Hernandez. Seems like, I'm not exactly sure what happened with Cesar. Kenny Montanane went out there with Sean Williams before they took the ball from him, and Jacob Hernandez had to do all of his getting ready on the mound. But now he seems he's set to go, and Tyler Freeman up at the plate, although Cesar only made it through a third of an inning with 25 pitches. Can't give you that final line. He's responsible for 2 of the base runners. But Hernandez coming on earlier than he's used to. See if he can get some outs here for the Fightins. Typically back end of the bullpen, if not the last guy, the closer. And he'll get a first pitch strike, so a good way to start it off for Hernandez coming in relief. One away now, bottom of the 6th. Akron 5 runs on 9 hits. Fightin' Phil's 1 run on 4 hits as Freeman fouls one back. And it's 0-2. Hernandez, 80% of his appearances have been scoreless. In his last outing, he went 1 inning strong, 1 hit, no runs, and struck out 1. Pitched for Reading back in 2019 as he sends one in high. We're in 69 2/3 innings. He pitched for a 1.68 ERA. And what I think is more interesting about that ERA, as the 1-2 comes in and sending it into right field, is Freeman. It's going to bounce between the left and the center and right fielder all the way to the wall, and it's a stand-up double there from Freeman as he drives in Fermin and Rivera, and that will close the line. For Cesar, as those runs are both credited to him. So now it's 7-1 Akron. And the final line on Cesar. Is going to be a third of an inning pitch, 2 hits, 2 runs, both earned, and 1 strikeout after 2 walks. And now up the plate is Richie Palacios. Drops one up the middle, making the play. Gamboa onto first, and that'll be 2 outs as Freeman shifts over to third. And the shift there worked for the Fightins as Gamboa shaded a little bit more towards second base, was able to make the play easily, and that'll bring up Trenton Brooks. As I was saying about Hernandez, is that back last May that they played, so 2019 May, he started off with a 3.55 ERA, and then for the rest of the season, he was 1.29. So sometimes it does take these guys a little bit to settle in, especially this year after not being able to face, in-game action for so long, as popping it foul is Brooks. So you never know what could happen after the guys settle in a little bit and figure out their role with the club too. A lot of them ended up skipping levels over the break and less experience than they're used to here in AA. And with 2 outs now on the bottom of the 6th, the 0-1 from Hernandez, it comes in high. Akron 7, Arphil's 1. Here in the top of the bottom of the 6th, Arphil's just trying to get out of it. It's 4 runs have crossed here in the bottom of the 6th. The 1-1 now from Hernandez. Deep into the outfield it goes, coming over Vierling and Guthrie, and it's in the glove of Vierling. So Hernandez comes in to help out Joel Cesar, but not after 3 hits, 4 runs, and they leave 1 on. We head into the 7th. The score is Akron 7, Fightin' Phil's
The Reading Fightin' Phils are proud to partner with the Berks County Mental Health and Developmental Disabilities Program. Together, we are striking out the stigma in order to raise community awareness about mental illness and the prevention of suicide. With 3 simple words, are you okay? The hope is to begin a conversation to show Berks County that we care. Suicide affects and hurts everyone, but help is here, and we'll work together to raise awareness about suicide and identify what we can do as a community to prevent it. People in need of assistance and support should call Crisis Intervention at 610-236-0530. That's 610-236-0530. The Fightin' Phils know who to call for trash and recycling services. A proven winner, JP Mascaro & Sons. The industry leader for over 50 years. Trust the familiar Mascaro Blue Elephant to provide dependable, quality service for your home or business. That's JP Mascaro & Sons, one of the top companies in its industry. Trash and recycling services for home, business, and industry. We are hiring and have open positions in Berks County. Check our website for open positions at jpmascaro.com or call 1-888-MASCARO. JP Mascaro & Sons, ready to serve you.
Well, Madison Stokes going to lead us off here in the top of the 7th. It'll be Stokes, Hearn, and back to the top of the order with Brito. And we see Juan Hillman back on the mound. The starter remains in the game for the RubberDucks. Stokes drives one into shallow left field. And a diving play from Benson. He comes up with it. Pretty impressive by the left fielder to snag that one. And one away quickly now as Hunter Hearn heads to the batter's box. Fightins return home for 6 games, starting on Tuesday the 25th all the way to the 30th. And I was talking to manager Sean Williams, before they left. And this is the longest the team has ever been on the road at one time. He said they've been gone for 14 days after when they come back, and that's a pretty long time to be on the road, especially, some of these guys traveling to and from different affiliates. So it'll be nice to have them back at First Energy Stadium next week, and hopefully all y'all can come out to join us. As going through the gap is Hearn. It's short, but making the diving play is Freeman, and that's why he's the number 2 prospect in the system. Makes a diving stop at short, gets up deep in the hole, and makes the throw over to Roulette. So 2 fantastic plays defensively from the RubberDucks get 2 Fightins out, and now it'll be up to Daniel Brito to get things started here. And Hillman throws home. He gets a called strike at the knees. Akron 7 runs on 10 hits. Fightins 1 run on 4 hits. Nobody made an error in the field. And coming home is Hillman. It's in the dirt. Pops out of the glove of Rivera. Phillies leading 6-2 in the top of the 9th at Citizens Bank Park. So hopefully that game is over in a few minutes. And the 1-1, he gets Brito to chase one in the dirt. It's 1-2 with 2 outs now in the top of the 7th. Over at the Blue Claws, the game is over. They lost 11-5 against the Winston-Salem Dash. As popping it up is Brito. Coming over, calling everyone off is Gonzalez on the outfield grass at third, and he makes the catch. So another 1-2-3 inning. Down go the Fightins. But we will be back after we take some stretch time at Canal Park. Okay.
The award-winning Reading Hospital Tower Health Character Pool Party provides an unforgettable night out with your family and friends. Enjoy a baseball game while swimming in the 87-degree heated pool directly behind the right field home run wall. Plus 2.5 hours of all-you-can-eat buffet and photos and autographs with the crazy hot dog vendor and the Fightin' Phil's mascot band. Regular game tickets are $30 per person for groups of 20 or more. Give us a call today at 610-370-BALL.
T-Mobile is the leader in 5G coverage and speed. No one else covers more Americans with the fastest 5G. The R-Phils are proud to introduce T-Mobile as the title sponsor of our Plaza stage. Fightin' Phil's fans can continue to expect great performances on game days and non-game days. The T-Mobile stage is home to great bands, such as the Truest Fightin's mascot band and many others. It will also continue to house great musical performances during the off-season.
Unlike any other area at First Energy Stadium, the Stadium 61 Dugout Suite puts you at the closest seat to the action on field, located just feet away from the diamond on the first base side. With covered seating, ability and motion accessible seating, and the most unique view around, your group will thank you over and over again for a one-of-a-kind experience. Tickets for the Dugout Suite are $27 and include options to add food or drink packages.
And we're back here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Fightins would love a quick outing so they can get back up to the plate. And Hernandez comes back out in relief after coming in to help out Joel Cesar in the 6th. He only had to throw 8 pitches. 6 of them were strikes to get out of that half inning. And now we'll face off against Gonzalez, who swings through the first pitch. Akron 7, Reading 1 here in the bottom of the 7th. Hernandez with just a 1.13 ERA this season. And that one bounces by Matera for a ball. Gonzalez waiting in the batter's box. He'll chop one right past the head of Hernandez as it trickles into the outfield. And just an inch over, that would have nailed him right in the back of the skull. And it goes right through the gap up the middle. So Gonzalez reaches on a single for the second time today. And looks like Hernandez is okay. Hopefully not too shaken up as he'll face Will Benson right now. Benson in that lefty batter's box, and the lefty Hernandez instead going over to first, but Gonzalez not off the bag. Looks like the wind has settled down a little bit in Akron, Ohio. And coming home is Hernandez. Did he check his swing? Did he go? Asking the first base umpire, Ben Phillips, and the answer is no. So it's a ball. Hernandez with 12 strikeouts so far in 7 1/3 inning, only 3 walks, so a good strikeout to walk ratio. And just 1 earned run so far this season as he makes Will Benson chase one. Bottom of the 7th, Akron leads 7-1 here. No outs and a runner on first for Will Benson at the plate. Here's the 1-1. It's a called strike. Benson, although a first-round draft pick, is struggling a little bit here in Double-A, batting just 182 to start off the season, although he does have 2 home runs to his name. He'll take one low, and the count evens at 2. And now Hernandez looks over at Gonzalez on first. Instead, he's going to come home, and a tie. The count is now full. Long at bat now here from Will Benson. He walked last time he was up, and we'll see if Hernandez can avoid that. Maybe even notch a double play here for the Titans. And did he go around? It didn't matter, as it was a called strike from Fornarola, and that will be the first strikeout of the day from Hernandez as Benson heads back into the batter's box, into the dugout, excuse me, and Marcos Gonzalez heads up to the plate. He had one of 3 doubles in the last half inning. That allowed the RubberDucks to score 4 runs and tack on some insurance runs over the Titans. He'll take a first pitch strike. Definitely have been some positives for the Titans, though. Like I said, their home run count 20 in just 18 games as he drives it foul. Also have had some guys really settle in nicely in relief. And, of course, their walk count pretty impressive as well. They kind of try to get on base any way they can. And I think the guys really know their strengths here. And that's really important as you get up higher in the levels. You're not, trying to be that guy that drives one over the wall every time. You're trying to do what you do best. And now the 0-2. It's inside to Gonzalez. 1 on, 1 out here in the bottom of the 7th. Titans would like a quick half so they can get back up to the plate. And the Phillies beat the Red Sox 6-2 now as Zach Wheeler gets another win. And he'll drive it foul. The umpire requesting some more baseballs from the clubby. And Gonzalez now settling back into the righty batter's box. Hernandez setting up on the third base side of the rubber. He'll go home, and he will get Gonzalez to chase it. It looked like he did foul it off just a little bit. Luckily, he's able to stay alive because that was a great pitch from Hernandez. So now they'll settle back up, and the 1-2 again. And he will get Gonzalez this time as he chases some high heat from Hernandez up in the zone, and he's brought down to his knees, and you can tell he's angry at himself for swinging on that pitch. And I'd love to know what the radar gun said on that for Hernandez, because that had some heat on it for sure. So 2 in a row go down swinging, and Roulette now up. He's 0 for 3 today. And this will be a big out if the Titans can get through this one and strand Gonzalez on first. Coming home is Hernandez, and he'll get a called strike on the corner. You can see Gonzalez and Stokes having a chat over on first base as he takes a couple steps lead. Bottom of the 7th, 2 away, and a runner on for the RubberDucks as Hernandez could strike up the side here. The 0-1. It's high for a ball. And the 1-1 now from Hernandez. He'll go home with it. It's high again. Good pump up there. Slow moving here in Akron, Ohio. The 2-1. Driving it through the gap between, getting by Brito between first and second, and moving over is Gonzalez. Good backing up there by Vierling, able to get to the ball quickly as it's only a single from Roulette, and that will bring up Mike Rivera, who is 3 for 3 today, 2 singles and a double. And he's hot at the plate today. Gonzalez on second, Roulette on first with 2 outs here in the 7th. Hernandez fighting through this inning, showing a lot of good pitches and definitely some velocity. A beautiful strike called inside at the knees to Rivera. And looks like he'll go for the pickoff, but he won't end up throwing it. Fighting's infield, outfield, playing straight up here to Mike Rivera. And he's out of the batter's box. Will he step back in there? He goes. And Hernandez getting the sign from Matera. He'll go home. They look for that strike call, but they don't get it from Fornarola. Two outs here in the bottom of the 7th. Fighting to get out of this one clean and get back to the batter's box as Hernandez sends one in low for a ball. Beautiful day for some baseball, especially a Sunday matinee game. Hernandez looking at first. Now he'll go home with it. It's inside. They do have an open base, but would not be ideal. As then we be back to the top of the order with Jose Fermin, though arguably Rivera much more trouble today. And he comes home right down the middle. It's a strike. And the Akron crowd is not happy with that call, but that was 100% a strike as Hernandez is in this one. 3-2 the count. He could strike out the side here if he gets what he's looking for. 2 outs, 2 on in the bottom of the 7th. And he gets the sign from Matera, who's just slightly outside behind the plate. He goes home, and popping it up is Rivera deep. Going back is Hearn over his head. It's going to bounce off the wall. He's playing it in the outfield, throwing it back in. Gonzalez crosses the plate, as does Roulette, and another 2-run RBI double from Rivera, who is absolutely on fire today. And make that 9-1, Akron. And Jose Fermin. And just after a quick mound visit, Matera jogs back behind the plate, and we'll look to get things underway again with the top of the order. 2 outs now, bottom of the 7th. And Hernandez is going to try to get through this one, though Brian Marconi is warming up, and sending it out to the outfield is Fermin. It's going to drop in front of Guthrie. And is there going to be a collision at the plate? And Matera is down as there was a collision at the plate, and the ball popped out of his glove. And safe at home is Rivera with a double for Fermin. See the replay again that comes in from Guthrie to Hernandez, maybe Tatum on the throw. I didn't see who the relay was. And Matera just knocked off of his feet, and the ball bounces out of his glove. So 10-1 Akron, with still 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th. And Tyler Freeman heading up to the plate. And Hernandez not ready to get back on the mound yet. He gets some signs from Matera, and now he'll climb the hill with Jose Fermin on second, Tyler Freeman. And the pitch now from Hernandez, a tie for a ball. Two outs in the bottom of the 7th, a runner on, and the pitch to Freeman is fouled back. You know, Matera's been pretty good blocking things behind the plate. That was a tough play for him. There was nothing he could do about it, as he was kind of just slammed by Rivera, though both catchers, they kind of understand how that works. You know, he's blocking the plate. Obviously, he's in the base path, and he's going to do the best he can, as Rivera is also trying to score. Freeman sends one up high in the sky, and looks like Stokes is able to make the grab in foul territory. So the inning is over here in the 7th. After the RubberDucks tack on 3 more, they'll leave Jose Fermin on second. We're going to take a short break. Stick around for some Fightin's offense.
You can add a delicious all-you-can-eat buffet to any Reading Fightin' Phil's game ticket for only $18. No need to visit the concession stands. You can add a 2.5-hour all-you-can-eat buffet to any ticket. The selection includes barbecue chicken, barbecue sandwiches, cheeseburgers, hamburgers, hot dogs, mac and cheese, corn, pasta salad, baked beans, potato salad, chips, fruit, cookies, and Pepsi products. Call the Fightins at 610-370-BALL, order online at Fightins.com, or visit the Weidenhammer ticket office at First Energy Stadium.
Savage Auto Groups is a proud sponsor of the Reading Fightin' Phils. Our large inventory and wide selection of models, along with competitive pricing, allow us to make great deals on many vehicle makes and models. Visit Savage 61, Kia, and L&B in Berks County for all your automotive needs. Established in 1928, the Manor Golf Club is one of the oldest public courses in eastern Pennsylvania. Located conveniently between Philadelphia, Lancaster, and Allentown in Sinking Spring, the Manor Golf Club offers a true test of golf on a traditional championship-style golf course where shot making takes precedence over length. Visit themanorgolfclub.com for more information.
So we will have a pitching change here at Canal Park. The day is done for Juan Hillman, but not before he goes 7 innings strong, 4 hits, a quality start with only 1 run given up, 4 walks, and 2 strikeouts. 86 pitches thrown, and that 1 run was a solo shot off the bat of Archimedes Gamboa back in the 6th. And leading off the 8th is going to be Tatum, Vierling, and Matera. That is the first time a Akron RubberDuck has gone a complete 7, so Hillman gets the job done here in this Sunday game as the RubberDucks lead 10-1 in the top of the 8th, and Tatum swinging on the first pitch, fouling it into the stands. And you do hear the RubberDuck shouting to Tatum that there's a hole in his pants, and it's because there is. Back when he had to slide, he ripped his left pant leg up in the back of the thigh area. But nothing he could do about that now. He's in the uniform. I can't imagine he's going to change during the game. It's not really necessary, not too big of a hole. And but the Akron crowd is making fun of him for it a little bit. And he'll take 2 balls and a strike, as Mednick is now the pitcher. Tatum popping it up, coming in from the outfield, Palacios, and he makes the play. Jake Mednick, 25, out of Coral Springs, Florida. Spent some time at FAU, Florida Atlantic, before he was drafted in the 20th round back in 2018 by the Indians. A lefty reliever, stands 5'11", 190 on the mound. And he'll get 1 out quickly as Matt Vierling heading into the batter's box. And Vierling taking a first pitch ball. Takes one inside, and the count moves to 0-2. Mednick only having spent 2 years in pro ball, as Vierling lofts one high into the sky, coming over. Palacios on the run at the warning track, but it's going to be Trent Brooks who calls him off and makes the catch. He almost had that one over the fence, but it just died out a little bit at the wall pads. And Matera now coming out of the dugout. Matera yet to be on base today. Mednick spent 20 games in Lake County back in 2019. Had some tough times with injury, a shoulder strain, and a rotator cuff. But he seems healthy right now as he sends one up in the zone, and the count is 1-1. Spent 2 years at FAU where he had a 4.12 ERA and 168 in a third inning, so a lot of innings eater is Mednick. And in his last outing, we saw him on the 19th against our team. 3 innings pitched, 2 hits, 3 earned runs, and 3 strikeouts. But he's got 2 outs here in the top of the 8th inning, and the 1-2 pitch now to Matera. He gets him to chase one in the dirt, and that's a 1-2-3 inning for Mednick in relief. We're going to take a short break as we go to the bottom of the 8th inning at Canal Park. Stick around.
Shots Electric has been in business 45 years. Tompkins Vist Bank does everything for us, from our banking to our insurance. They provided us new ideas and solutions. For example, remote deposit. It's very convenient because it's 24/7. I'm confident Tompkins Vist will be with us in the future.
Tompkins Vist Bank and Tompkins Insurance. Service, stability, strength. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender. Tompkins Insurance products are not FDIC insured and are not bank guaranteed.
The Fightins feature special pregame happy hours every Monday through Thursday at the Yingling Hometown Tap Room. Tompkins Vis Bank Plaza opens at least 2 hours before game time for all happy hours. In addition to $1 off Rusty Rail Brewing thanks to Windsor Distributing, all happy hours feature live music on the T-Mobile stage. That's happy hour every Monday through Thursday home games thanks to Rusty Rail Brewing and Windsor Distributing.
The Reading Fightin' Phil's birthday party package is the best way to celebrate a birthday. Whether you are a youngster or an adult, there is no better birthday than a Fightin's birthday. The Fightin's Fan Birthday Package is customizable for fans of any age and starts at just $120. Base packages include 10 general admission tickets to a Fightin's home game, an autographed baseball, and a VIP reserved parking spot. Fans can also add a wide variety of experiences and options to make sure your favorite Fightin's fan's birthday is a grand slam.
And there is going to be another pitching change at Canal Park. Jacob Hernandez's day is done on 38 pitches. He pitches an inning and 2/3, 5 hits, 3 runs, all of them earned, and 2 strikeouts. And incoming is Brian Marconi. Marconi came up from Jersey Shore back on the 16th. And has since been pretty solid in relief for the Fightins. In his last outing, he went 2 strong, no hits, no runs, 2 walks, 2 Ks. And he's been 100% scoreless in his outings. So he'll face off against Palacios, Brooks, and Gonzalez here in the top of the 8th. The Fightins trail 10-1. And they would love to get through a quick outing here. And he sends Palacios to his knees as he fouls one off. Fightins looking for a quick inning here to get back to bat. They've got one more opportunity in the top of the 9th, and Marconi moving ahead 0-2. And I'll send one high over the head of Palacios, and the count moves to 1-2 now. Lofted into the air and right into the glove of Hunter Hearn in left field. So first at bat for Brian Marconi, first out, F7 in your scorebooks, and that'll bring up Trenton Brooks. And Marconi has not allowed a run in Double-A Reading, but he also never allowed one back with Jersey Shore. And he only relinquished 2 hits in Jersey Shore, where he's blanked opposing teams completely on the road here in Reading. He started out in Bowie, and now he's moved over here to Akron. So he hasn't been to First Energy Stadium yet, but he's walked a total of 9 batters in 2021, hit nobody through no wild pitches, and has not allowed a run in 9 2/3 innings. And he'll throw an inside there to Brooks. The count moves to 2-0. 24 years old, Marconi did play college ball for George Mason, and he was signed back in 2019. And he'll go home with the 2-0. He's going to graze the outside corner, and he doesn't get the strike call there, so it's 3-0. And that one goes right down the middle. That would have been a beautiful pitch for Brooks to swing on, but it's a called strike, and the count is 3-1. The lefty goes home, a tie, and he will end up walking Brooks. And now it's Oscar Gonzalez's turn at the plate. 10-1 the score in the bottom of the 8th. One away now as Brian Marconi looks to get the job done here in relief. The lefty looks over at first, instead he'll go home, and he'll get Gonzalez to foul one off. Now Marconi keeps his glove at the waist while he figures out his grip. Some guys will keep the ball behind them. Some guys will do it in their glove. And he'll keep it behind him while he gets the signs from Matera. Then he'll put it in his glove at the waist. He'll kick fire. Gonzalez launching one into center field. It's going to drop in front of Guthrie, and moving over to second is Brooks. So that's the third single of the day for Gonzalez, and they've got 2 on and 1 out for Will Benson. That's the first hit that Marconi has allowed in Double-A. Benson stepping into that lefty batter's box, a lefty-lefty matchup here. And he'll get a ball up high. And Marconi, when he kicks and steps, he's past a lunge. He's stepping so far, he's almost off the dirt on the mound and onto the grass as he pushes all of his body towards the plate. And he'll send one right down the middle as Benson swings through it. Trenton Brooks on second. Gonzalez is on first as a fastball comes in at the knees to Benson, and the count 1-2 now with 1 away. Bottom 9th, 10-1 the score, Akron leading. And Benson drives it all the way across the wall in right field. And that was an absolute no-doubter as he just unloaded on a fastball right down the middle. A 3-run home run from Will Benson. We saw him hit one yesterday, and he'll send another one over the fence in right field today. And that will make the score 13-1. And those are the first runs Marconi has allowed this season. And a 3-run bullet from Will Benson puts up the RubberDucks 13-1 here in the bottom of the 8th. And there's 1 away for Marconi as he faces Marcos Gonzalez and sends one in the dirt. And 2-0 now from Marconi. Ground ball off the bat of Gonzalez, Gamboa to Stokes, and there's 2 away. And now it's time for Roulette to come up to the plate. And we were talking earlier about being related to other people either in farm systems or in pro ball in the majors, and Roulette is one of those people as well. He is the brother-in-law of Jan Gomez, who's a catcher once with the Indians, now with the Nationals. And he'll take 2 strikes in a row. Marconi going here, and it'll be high for a ball. 2 outs now in the bottom of the 8th. The Fightins looking to get to their opportunity to bat. And the 1-2 now from Marconi. It's in the dirt. Good block there. And Roulette battling back after he fell behind 0-2. It's now even at 2-2. And is outside, so really battling back because now it's 3-2. 2 away here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Brian Marconi just trying to get out of this one. He'll send it home, and it's inside, and he'll walk Roulette. For the big guy at the plate today, Mike Rivera to come up. He's 4 for 4, 2 doubles and 2 singles. Pretty impressive for the catcher who came in batting .071. And looks like Fitch is going to head out, Matera heading out to the mound. They're getting a meeting at the mound from Brad Bergeson, the pitching coach, who was a former player. So they've got that, good relatability with the younger guys here. Especially Marconi just coming into Double-A from Jersey Shore just like a week ago. And now he'll head back into the dugout. They've got their game plan to face Rivera, and we'll see if they walk him intentionally, or we haven't seen any intentional walks from the Fightins this season, and they're going to go after him. Marconi comes home, and it grazes just a little bit low. Now he'll get the call from Matera. He'll stand up straight, both legs straight, left with a little bend. He'll kick with his right. He'll go home, and it's a called strike at the top of the zone. And popping it high in the sky is Rivera. Looks like he won't get on base this time as Guthrie catches it, and the inning is over for the RubberDucks, but not before they plate another 3. A 3-run home run from Will Benson makes it 13-1. The Fightins head up for their last opportunity to bat in this ball game. We'll take a short break. Stick around.
At Savage 61, our goal is to assist you in making a confident decision. Our friendly professional staff members are available to answer all of your questions and listen to all of your needs. Whether you're shopping for a new or pre-owned vehicle, we're ready to help you with your search. Visit our dealership on Pottsville Pike today. The R-Phils and Savage 61 are excited to bring you Fightins baseball live from the comfort of your own home. If you are listening to this now, you're probably watching on YouTube, Facebook, or Twitch. Thanks for tuning in, and feel free to check us out on rphils.com/pressbox for all the elite baseball information on the Fightin' Phils. The world-famous Fightin' Phils mascot band celebrates its 21st season in 2021, with pregame concerts starting Saturdays in May thanks to Truist. You heard right, actual mascots playing in a rock and roll band. See Quack the Rubber Duck on lead vocals and guitar, Screwball on drums, Bucky on bass, Change Up on bongos, and Blooper on lead guitar. A real band jamming on the T-Mobile stage before Saturday games this season. Don't miss the one-of-a-kind Fightin' Phils mascot band. Pre-game on Saturdays thanks to Truist.
And Dalton Guthrie is going to lead us off here in the top of the 9th inning to face Jake Mednick. Exchanging a few words with Mike Rivera behind the plate. They were old teammates and close friends, both high school and at the University of Florida. And Mednick sets up, kicks, fires to Guthrie. He drives one up in the air. It's going to go in foul territory. Is Rolette going to be able to grab it, or is he going to run out of room? And he's going to run out of room as it is over in the first base seats. And so Guthrie will jog back to the box for another chance. And he fouls that one once again, so he falls behind 0-2. Guthrie walked back in the 4th, but otherwise 0 for 2 today. Can't wait for the Fightins to return home next week. Have 6 games at First Energy Stadium, especially over the Memorial Day weekend holiday. You'll be able to enjoy some fireworks guilt-free. As the pitch comes in inside, it's 1-2. Don't forget to come out, hang out with us at the park. I'll be on the air for all 6 games, so it'll be fun to have it in front of me live as Guthrie takes a ball low. And huge difference when you've got the energy of your own fans in the crowd, and we'll be able to pack the ballpark here at First Energy Stadium now. Here's the 2-2. Guthrie launches it into right field, but there to make the play is Brooks, and out number 1 in the 9th. And Gamboa now stepping into the batter's box. The R-Phils will not get shut out in this contest thanks to the at-bat from Gamboa in the 6th when he sent one over the left field fence for a solo home run. And he'll take a first pitch ball outside. And the 1-0 grazes the bottom part of the strike zone. And he chops it foul up the third base line. Akron 13, Reading 1 in the top of the 9th with 1 out. And coming home is Mednick, and it's too high for a ball. Gamboa would love to add another walk to his league leading. And the pitch from Mednick, he chases one in the dirt, and he comes up with nothing. So he'll strike out. There's 2 away now for Luke Miller, who's got a single of his own. And he's the Fightins' last hope here as there's 2 outs in the 9th. The Fightins trail the RubberDucks 13-1 here with 2 outs in the 9th. And it's all up to Luke Miller now. And the pitch from Mednick, swing and a miss as he takes Miller to his knees on that. 0-1. Grounder off the bat. This could be it. Freeman on to first, and that'll do it here as the Fightins fall to the RubberDucks 13-1 in Game 6. And now they'll finally come home. The boys will be back in town Tuesday through Sunday against the Richmond Flying Squirrels, where there'll be a lot of giveaways and fireworks nights and celebrating Memorial Day weekend with some Sunday night fireworks. Thank you all for tuning in. I'm Emily Messina, and I'll be with you on the air when we return home at First